Welcome to Stoic Golden Tribe, where enduring wisdom meets the strength of presence, and where we uncover the truths modern society refuses to teach men. Today we're diving into a hidden enemy that most men don't even recognize: comfort. Comfort looks harmless, it feels good, it promises rest, and it disguises itself as success. But comfort is a trap. It weakens your mind, softens your will, and steals your hunger to achieve greatness. The Stoics knew this thousands of years ago. Seneca warned that luxury makes men weak, while Marcus Aurelius lived as an emperor, yet trained his mind like a soldier, never allowing comfort to control him. And in our modern world, filled with instant entertainment, endless scrolling, and a life designed to make everything easy, escaping the trap of comfort has never been more important. In this video, you'll discover how a man can use Stoic principles to break free from the invisible prison of comfort and transform weakness into unstoppable strength. So sit back, open your mind, and join me on this journey. And before we begin, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment to let me know your thoughts, because your engagement helps spread this wisdom to men who need it most. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Comfort. From the moment you wake up in the morning, the modern world whispers to you, stay in bed a little longer. Don't push too hard. Take the easy road. It's in your warm sheets, in the glow of your phone screen, in the endless scroll of entertainment at your fingertips. At first glance, comfort feels harmless. It feels like a reward, but the Stoics would call it what it truly is: a seductive poison. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But here's the modern twist: your mind is constantly under siege by a world built to keep you comfortable. And when comfort controls your choices, you lose control over your destiny. Think about it. The greatest empires in history did not collapse overnight because of enemy invasions alone. Many rotted from within. Rome, which once ruled the known world, fell in part because of luxury. As Roman citizens drowned in abundance, bread, and games, their hunger for discipline vanished. Their comfort became their coffin. Now compare that to the life of a Stoic warrior or philosopher. Seneca, though rich, would often sleep on the floor and eat simple bread for days, not because he had to, but because he refused to let comfort enslave him. He believed that a man should train himself to endure discomfort. So when hardship came, he would already be prepared. Fast forward to today and look around. How many men are trapped in the comfort of endless distractions? They live more through their screens than their reality. They confuse comfort for happiness, yet they feel empty, restless, and weak. Why? Because comfort numbs the soul. It strips away the struggle that forges strength. The Stoics taught that discomfort is not your enemy, it is your training ground. Epictetus, once a slave, endured chains and poverty, yet he rose to become one of the greatest philosophers in history. He had nothing, yet he had everything, because he trained his mind to be stronger than circumstance. Modern comfort robs men of that same strength. Think of the man who avoids exercise because the couch is softer. Think of the man who chooses fast food over healthy meals because it's easier. Think of the man who silences his ambition because chasing dreams feels harder than scrolling through videos for quick dopamine. These men are not free, they are captives of their own comfort. The danger lies in this truth: comfort creates weakness, and weakness creates suffering. The more you indulge in comfort, the less prepared you are for life's inevitable storms. When adversity strikes, and it always does, the comfortable man crumbles. But the Stoic man, trained in discomfort, stands unshaken. To escape the trap of modern comfort, you must first recognize it for what it is: a prison built of soft walls. It doesn't look like chains, but it holds you tighter than iron ever could. The first step to freedom is awareness. When you see how comfort creeps into your habits, your routines, your very identity, you begin to take back your power. The Stoics remind us that greatness is not born in pleasure, but in endurance. The warrior sharpens his blade through struggle, the philosopher sharpens his mind through restraint, and the man who dares to live above comfort discovers a strength most men will never know. So ask yourself, is your comfort making you stronger or weaker? Because every choice you make today is either building your resilience or feeding your decay. What's the biggest comfort you struggle with daily? Sleep, food, entertainment, or distraction? Drop it below. I want to know where modern comfort is trying to trap you. Chapter 2: How Comfort Destroys Ambition and Relationships. Comfort doesn't just weaken the body, it erodes the very core of a man's life, his ambition and his relationships. And what makes it dangerous is that it works in silence. You don't see the chains being wrapped around you, you just wake up one day and realize your fire is gone. The Stoics taught that a man's purpose is not to chase pleasure, but to pursue virtue, excellence, and meaning. Yet when comfort takes over, ambition dies a slow death. Think of a young man with a dream. At first, his vision burns brightly. He tells himself he will build a business, master a craft, or sculpt his body into strength. But each day, small comforts whisper, "Rest today, you can start tomorrow." Why sacrifice when you can enjoy now? Don't push too hard. You deserve to relax. One day becomes a week becomes a year. And soon, the dream that once kept his heart alive is nothing more than a faded memory. Comfort has stolen his ambition, not through force, but through seduction. History is filled with men who refused to be trapped by comfort. Alexander the Great slept in armor beside his men, even as he conquered the world. Marcus Aurelius, though emperor, rose early each morning to remind himself of duty, not luxury. These men achieved greatness because they rejected the lure of ease. Now look at today. How many men spend hours scrolling on social media, drowning in digital pleasure while their dreams rot in silence? How many relationships collapse because comfort made them complacent, forgetting to pursue their woman, forgetting to grow, forgetting to lead? Here is the hard truth. When a man becomes too comfortable in his relationship, he stops earning respect. He stops striving. He stops leading. He stops growing. And when growth dies, attraction fades. Comfort kills not only ambition, but also the fire between man and woman. The Stoics would say, the man who loses his discipline loses his freedom. Because once you are enslaved to comfort, you are no longer leading your life. You are being led by weakness. Ambition thrives on struggle. Relationships thrive on effort. Comfort suffocates both. The man who always chooses comfort will one day wake up with neither success nor respect, just regret. To live as a Stoic is to understand that discomfort is the soil where ambition and love grow. It is the early morning grind when your body begs for more sleep. It is the choice to listen deeply when you'd rather escape into distraction. It is the discipline of leading with presence instead of slipping into passive comfort. Epictetus, born into slavery, once said, "Difficulties show what men are." If that's true, then comfort hides what men could be. So ask yourself today, where has comfort already begun to kill your ambition? Where has it started to weaken your relationships? Because the man who sees this clearly has two choices. Stay in the warm prison of ease, or step into discomfort and reclaim his fire. Have you ever noticed comfort making you lazy in your goals or relationships? Share your experience below. I want to hear your story. Chapter 3: Training yourself to embrace discomfort. The Stoic way. The Stoics did not just preach about strength, they practiced it. They understood that the human spirit grows through deliberate exposure to discomfort. To them, discipline was not punishment. It was freedom. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, I am rising to do the work of a man." Even as emperor, with all the luxuries of Rome at his fingertips, he trained his mind to reject softness. So how can you, in the modern world, train yourself to embrace discomfort the Stoic way? Let's break it down into 3 powerful practices. First, voluntary hardship. Seneca, though wealthy, practiced voluntary poverty. He would eat coarse bread, wear rough clothing, and sleep on the ground, not because he had to, but because he wanted to prove to himself that he could endure it. In our time, this could mean fasting for a day to test your discipline, taking cold showers to harden your will, sleeping without comfort for a night to train resilience. When you choose discomfort, you weaken comfort's grip on you. You discover that you can endure far more than you thought, and in that discovery lies freedom. 2. Discipline in daily habits. Comfort thrives in inconsistency. The Stoic man destroys this by creating unshakable routines. Wake up early, even when you don't feel like it. Train your body daily, even if it's just push-ups in your room. Read and feed your mind instead of wasting hours on shallow entertainment. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And mastery is built through small, consistent acts of discipline. Each time you conquer the temptation of comfort, you add another brick to the fortress of your character. 3. Reframing. Pain as growth. The weak man runs from pain. The Stoic man embraces it. Why? Because he understands that discomfort is the very path to strength. Physical pain builds endurance. Mental struggle builds clarity. Emotional challenges build resilience. Think of the gym. The weights resist you, they burn your muscles, they hurt, but they also make you grow. Life is the same. The more you endure, the stronger you become. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle, every discomfort is not blocking your path, it is shaping it. Eat the Stoic warrior mindset. The Stoic man does not seek comfort, he seeks growth. He sees every moment of discomfort as a test, a chance to sharpen his blade, a chance to rise above mediocrity. Where others complain, he endures. Where others collapse, he stands tall. Where others chase pleasure, he chases virtue. And over time, something remarkable happens. Discomfort becomes his ally. What once felt unbearable becomes fuel. And the man who embraces discomfort gains a power that comfort can never provide, the power of unshakable self-mastery. What's one small discomfort you can practice daily to build your strength? Share it below. I'd love to see how you're training your mind. Chapter 4. Escaping comfort and becoming unstoppable. When a man breaks free from the trap of comfort, his entire life begins to shift. His body grows stronger, his mind becomes sharper, and his relationships deepen. He is no longer a slave to fleeting pleasures, he becomes a master of himself. And that is the essence of the Stoic path. Comfort may feel good in the moment, but greatness is built in the furnace of discipline. The man who seeks comfort today will suffer tomorrow, but the man who embraces discomfort today will inherit strength, freedom, and respect tomorrow. Look at history. The Spartans were not feared because they lived in luxury. They were feared because they trained in hardship. They slept on reeds, ate simple food, and endured brutal discipline. This made them nearly unbreakable in battle. Contrast that with modern men who crumble at the first sign of struggle, weakened by years of comfort. The same principle applies to your relationships. A man who lives in comfort grows passive, needy, and uninspiring, but a man who embraces discomfort remains attractive, commanding, and worthy of respect. Women are not drawn to men who choose ease. They are drawn to men who choose growth, discipline, and purpose. And beyond relationships, the Stoic path of discomfort transforms your purpose. When you no longer fear struggle, you begin to chase dreams others consider impossible. You stop asking, "Is it easy?" and you start asking, "Is it worth it?" That mindset alone separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Marcus Aurelius could have lived his life in palaces, drowning in silk and wine, yet he chose the harder path: service, duty, and daily reflection. That is why 2,000 years later, his words still guide us. Because the man who resists comfort becomes timeless. The truth is this: comfort weakens, but struggle transforms. Every day you are faced with the choice. Do you pick the couch or do you pick the discipline? Do you silence your ambition with distraction, or do you sharpen it with focus? Do you live as a captive of comfort, or as a free man of purpose? The Stoic answer is clear: embrace discomfort, and you embrace life. So the next time comfort whispers to you, telling you to quit, to rest, to indulge, remember this: every moment of comfort stolen today is a piece of strength lost tomorrow. But every discomfort you endure today builds a future of unshakable power. The Stoic man does not ask for an easy life. He asks for the strength to endure a hard one. And in that endurance, he finds freedom. If you're ready to rise above the trap of comfort, type "strength over comfort" in the comments below. And let's see how many of us are ready to choose the harder, greater path.